our next clip, right, this speaking about, you know, the importance of equal access to fields and facilities. The next clip that I'd like to introduce is from one of your partners from Hawaii Island Delegation, Representative Christopher Todd, who was instrumental in getting an appropriation to build out, I think, the first softball field that will be built out for Hawaii Island. And it may even be the first softball field in the state. I'm not sure. We'll have to check up on that. But let's go to that next clip with Representative Chris Todd, where I was able to visit with him in Hilo, Hawaii. Good morning. So we are here in beautiful Hilo town, the site of some new state facilities that will be going up. I'm here with Representative Chris Todd. Chris, can you tell us where we're at and what's going to happen here?
Yeah, we're right here on Moho'uli Street, right at the front of Kapiolani Elementary School. And we have a couple of projects pending right now. We actually put about $750,000 into completely redoing and renovating the softball field, which is really important because there really isn't a public designated softball field which has different dimensions than a traditional baseball field. So a lot of the schools utilize this field to practice or to participate in games when they're not kind of playing at UH Hilo's campus. So this will be the first of its kind on the DOE side on the Big Island. And then beyond that, right in front of us over here, they're about to break ground on what will be a brand new covered play court. And that funding, it's kind of gone through the works. You had the initial plan design funding, you had subsequent funding for the actual project, and it's gone through that process, and we're about to break ground, and I'm sure that'll be a really big help since it rains all the time. So everyone should have a covered play court on this side of the island, and we're really happy about that.
That's awesome. And the other thing with the softball field is also it's going to be Title IX funding, where it's going to address some of the Title IX needs. Can you speak to a little bit of that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's always been top of mind, but especially within the last few years, there's been the recognition that that we really need to do more, particularly within the DOE, to address some of these issues and equity in general. And this is going to go a long way. Hilo is full of baseball fields. You have obviously a very extensive, generational commitment to baseball. We recently had the state champion Waikea High School baseball team, but more needs to be done specifically to address that inequity. And I think this will be a really important step in the right direction.
Thank you for sharing a little bit about Hilo Town with me. Is there anything you'd like to say to our Talk Story with audience, as this is actually really the first and only time Talk Story with House Majority is actually going to be off of Oahu?
Yeah, it's kind of an exciting time here in Hilo. I think you're starting to see maybe a little bit of change. You're starting to see a little bit of renewal, particularly in the downtown area. And a lot of people around my age are starting to move back, which is always a welcome thing. So as that happens, I'm really excited to see kind of what new ideas they can bring right here into Hilo, which is, outside of adding a Walmart, a Target, a few things like that, is really not that different than when my mom grew up here. So I'm really excited to see some change for the positive and some new fresh ideas come into the community. What will become the Portuguese Cultural Center, which works really well in conjunction with grant money that the state has provided for that construction. And that's actually going to happen probably about a half mile away, right up on that hill. And it's a really good example of a little bit of everything. You have the private sector, you have government stepping up, you have individuals providing that support, and we're really excited to see that actually culminate. And same thing, the ground, they're finally about to break ground. They have a contract in place.
Wonderful. Thanks for having us here, and we will see you in Hilo Town.